Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about Glocks. Many of you think I'm a Glock shill. I actually, I actually kind of wish Glock would pay me. I could shill for them with a clear conscience. I'd be like, yep, this is what it is. You get like, it's pretty reliable, ergonomics of a brick, very, very simple. That's the upsides. You don't like the grip angle, like tough shit, buddy. You don't like the trigger, it's like, whatever. All right, let's go through your comments on the video I put out a little while ago about Glock discontinuing all sorts of things. Like there's a big reaction to this across the internet. I feel like my basic, like general ambivalence, it's kind of like that was most people's opinion. I mean, most people, like if can I still get the thing that I want? Okay, then that's cool. Well, I want Glock 47s, maybe Glock 45s. Maybe you want you a Glock 19, Gen 5 Glock 19. You can still get all that shit. Right? You can get the stuff that I care about, so I guess I don't care when you discontinue the other stuff, right? Um, let's see what your opinions are, though. We'll go through the comments. All right, top comment on the video, 470 likes, pretty good. The four people shooting 45 gap dropped to their knees in Bass Pro. Yes, 45 gap, there was a great idea. All right, the more Glocks they discontinue, the more my superiority complex grows over having memorized every model number and caliber. Yeah, there's a lot of Glock nerds that they they memorize all that stuff. Have fun with that. All right, Glock only needs 6 models total to maintain widespread popularity. Yeah, totally. They don't need that much. I mean, how many fucking like calibers and stuff do you need to offer? Like, what do you like? I mean, a Glock's basically a Glock anyway. All right, no Ben, please validate my Glock purchase. Hurry before they discontinue mine. Well, they're not. They haven't discontinued mine because I'm on the 47 train, man. That's the one that you should just get on. All right. If they listed like one, Glock list the 47. Ben, shit, I need to buy a pallet of Glock 47s. Yeah, I would probably be sad if they discontinued the 47s, but they might make a very slight tweak that makes like the Glock 52 like slightly better than the 47, and then I'd be happy with the Glock 52, like whatever that ends up being. It's like the Glock 47 is just like it's better than the 17, so it's like I'll take it, and then I'll make fun of the 17 MOS people. All right. I absolutely agree with the majority of the decisions to stop making useless models, but the 34, Zam, yes. All right. So Glock did discontinue the 34, but again, like it's their competition gun, like, but it doesn't make any sense anymore. It makes sense with iron sights. Like, believe me, I'm the target demo for the Glock 34, and it doesn't make sense to me to buy it anymore. The 47 is just better. It's more fit for purpose for how you would use it. Okay. All right. The rumor floating around is that these models that they discontinued accounted for 8% of top line sales in the last year. Not a bad way to look at things, but can result in a slippery slope if you do this every year and trim the fat. Eventually, you are too lean, forcing the customer to adopt to your needs instead of the needs of the customer. For example, I imagine the Glock 26 doesn't sell as well as the 48 or 43X these days, but I still prefer it, and I think I'll always make sense for LEOs or MIL that want magazine commonality. It's like, okay. I mean, yeah, they should not discontinue too much stuff, but like that's a pretty niche application is like, well, the backup guns for these LEOs or whatever, I assume, or like they have one off-duty carry and then an on-duty carry or something. That's not that many agencies that are doing that kind of stuff. Right. My Glock choice is intelligent and superior. Your Glock choice is ridiculously stupid. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think that's fair to say. I mean, my choice is the 47, which is definitely better than the MOS Glock 17s. I mean, it's like, it's not much better, but it is to me better, it's fun to say it. Glock 34 and many more. It ends today. It did end. Ended today. One guy comments, I was about to get my 34 milled. Guess not now. Well, why not? You could still do. Why not? I don't understand. You could still do it. All right. The discontinuing of Gen 3s really impacts Californians. Yeah, that's true. The Gen 3 34 is very common entry competition gun that you could still buy in Cali. Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing for those in California. Uh, Only one that surprised me is all the 34s. Figured at least one long boy would survive. Yeah, I mean, how many people are like today, like, oh, I'm gonna get into like USPSA. I want to shoot a iron sighted Glock. Okay, I'm gonna shoot a Glock 34 in production division. It's like that's a tiny demographic. The people that are getting into it now want to shoot optics, which, I mean, it doesn't make sense to get the 34 for that. Um, One comment, no cartridge should be discontinued. This was bound to happen after the old man died, unfortunately. No, that they should get rid of dumb calibers. Like, I'm here for it. Get rid of the dumb ones. The only downside to this is I see Glock no longer being the one-stop shop for the niche caliber frame size combination that some people will want. Don't really care about those people, so I'd say it's good they're trimming the fat and focusing on breadwinners in their lineup. There's so much aftermarket now that's like Gen 3 Glock platform. It's like, I mean, those nerds will probably like finding their own solution or their solution that thing. All right, being a Glock 22 helped save my life. Yeah, I'm partial to the 40 cal round. Still carry a 22 and a 23. Some sad to see this. All right, I mean, that's your nostalgia for the 40. Not a bad reason, really. Um, Whether you like the 40 Smith& Wesson or not, for whatever reason, when the pandemic hit in 2020, you couldn't find 9, and if you did, it was way overpriced, but you could find 40. Yes, so think about that. There was a big crisis, and even then, when people wanted to buy up all the ammo, people weren't buying the 40. 40 sucks, man. It's like it doesn't make much sense. I'm just gonna say it. All right, they are making room in the production facilities for the often talked about Glock AR-15 and Glock 1911. I doubt it, but that would be funny. Um, Still absolutely astounded. Glock is discontinuing their 40 Smith& Wesson models, but for some ungodly reason, the Gen 5 45 ACP is still allowed to exist. Also, I'm utterly sick of everything being 9mm now. Shit is boring as hell. I like that everything's 9 now because my ammo works on all the guns. It's really nice not having to piss with different calibers. Totally agree. Kind of weird. Who the fuck is buying Gen 5 45 ACP Glocks? Who is buying that? I mean, I don't hate you if you do. It's just like, I don't know who would be buying that. So okay, that's a very small demographic of people too. Um, Let's see what other comments we got here. Finger Groove Gang in shambles. Yeah, they smoked all the Gen 4 stuff. But, I mean, you're going to smoke it at some point, right? Hi, Ben. I have a Terran Tactical Glock 22. Great gun. I used it in USPSA Limited to make major power factor. I love that pistol. So there. Well, yeah, you're still going to have yours. They're just not going to make more because people don't buy them. You can still have yours, though. I still have my Glock 22, and I've got a bunch of 40 ammo to shoot through it. And it's like, I just haven't gotten to it yet because, there's other things to do. All right, I'll miss an Optic Ready 17. I know it's petty as fuck, but the full-length dust covers make me happy. No, you're exactly the type of person that I'm glad this annoys you. The 47 is just better, and I'm glad you're annoyed, and this is a little bit funny for me. All right, I like the 40 Smith & Wesson in 10mm because of their ballistics. I can remember it wasn't that long ago. It was very important, and that's all anyone talked about. Now all of a sudden we're just supposed to have 9mm and nothing else. Yeah, I mean, but the ballistics wasn't. I guess it wasn't that important the whole time, if you know what I mean. I mean, people said it was important, but was it? I don't know. The 9mm is just so much more convenient. I don't know. Part of what makes a Glock appealing is that you can get one pretty much any caliber and any size you wanted. It's part of their brand recognition. And they stay in good faith with people who prefer niche rounds, and they're already there when a particular caliber gets a bump in popularity. They kept the 10mm alive for years. Now people are looking at it again. I think 40 will make a comeback eventually. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because if I wanted, like, if you want one of my friends is a nerd. He has a 10 millimeter like Glock for bears. I mean, he would just want the 10 mil. He wouldn't want the 40. Glock has maintained its top position by playing the long game, always being available, reliable, and simple. I don't know that this move is going to work out for them down the road. I think it'll be okay for them. I don't think they're selling that much of that shit. There's a certain demographic that appears at my range right about 6 p.m. every night that still loves their 40 cal Glocks. That they end up being able to shoot because we require braces and sights on AR pistols and Dragos that are fairly uncommon. With what the? I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, there's some people that love a lot of weird shit. That's fine. It's again like no one's gonna take their 40 cal Glocks away. They still have them. Ooh, this is literal fourth hand info, but someone heard from Glock. Discontinued models account for a whopping 8% of sales combined. Yeah, I mean, we don't like, we don't know if that's true, but I would believe that. It sounds credible to me. Glock doesn't need a lot of models. Is the 47 better than the 34? I would say yeah, probably, but I like the 34 because it has a longer slide and it just works. Okay, like it's pushy and not snappy, so I don't really care. But I like the velocity gains you can get from the 34, especially with a threaded barrel. Okay. Again, like that's pretty niche. I love the explanation for declining popularity. I would love to see what peak popularity for the 45 gap models look like. I can't imagine it was a lot. I imagine the tiniest instant around 2003, the tiniest uptick in the graph, barely noticeable, followed by a steep drop right off the cliff. Yeah, I remember when that shit came out. It was just like never buying that. I mean, and it all makes sense to me on paper why that's better, but I still am like, I don't think that's going anywhere. I saw another post where it's being condensed but not getting rid of them all, just moving it all to Gen 5. Yeah, they are. They're making that move. Still a lot available as blue labels. Yeah. Yeah. RIP 17, their all-time best handgun. 47 sadly replaced it, but I get why people like them. I don't think that's sad. I think that's okay. It's time to move on. It's time to move on to the 47. RIP to the Gen 5 Glock 17. Yeah, it was just the MOS they got rid of. You can still have the iron sight one. Every company pushes product into obsolescence or discontinued based on sales. I agree. I think it's smart for them to put these models out to pasture that have little interest in general. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have a bunch of 34s and I'm not like sad that they're discontinuing them. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't shoot them anymore because the 47's better. It's great. Hey, Ben, here's my only issue with discontinuing the 49. I have a 45 and I just got a 49, and I'm excited to have the option to mix and match the frames and slides. A lot of people like that. With those two guns, I have 4 combinations I could make. The only combo I won't really use is the default 49 setup. But having a 19 form factor, a 45, and effectively a 47 form factor is neat in my opinion. Yeah? Okay. That sounds, I mean, yeah, people like that stuff. They like the options. I'm not surprised Glock is discontinuing the 357 SIG models. Yeah, I'm not either. I'm kind of surprised it took this long because who is shooting that shit anymore? It's not a popular cartridge these days. That said, I'm happy that I grabbed a PD trade-in Glock 32 last year when I did. I gave it the Roland special treatment. It's been tons of fun shooting matches with it. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't catch strange looks from the other guys when they ask what caliber it's chambered in. Yeah, I imagine people find that a little weird. Okay. Well, you know what? I think it'll be okay, Glock Bros. I think everybody will be happy. Get your 47s. Be happy. Smile. You'll love it.